I have one of my best friend's moms was sitting there in front of me and she was saying, what are you doing? What do you want to do? I said, I want to work. She said, you really want to work? Go down to the street right now and find a job. I was like, where? What do you mean? She's like, انت مفكر انه في عيب مش شغل? No. Go down, find a job at Costa, Starbucks, whatever it is. Go become a barista. And I was like, oh, okay. So I found a Lebanese restaurant and I asked for a job there. And they put me in the kitchen where I was washing dishes.
Basil,
Mehند,
how are you, mate?
I'm very good, my man.
Sure,
How are
man.
you? Alhamdulillah.
First of all, thank you so much for coming, because I called you and you said, yeah, I'd love it. And you said something very interesting to me. You said, thank you for thinking of me. And I was like, oh my God, this guy is so humble.
Of course, man. Yeah.
I really
Thank you for considering me. I'm very happy to be here, wallah.
Thank you. And I watched a few of your stuff, yani, and your other interviews, and you were like really that humble person.
Alhamdulillah, yeah. You gotta stay humble, man, because you can lose yourself. You can lose yourself with the number of followers you have. You gotta stay humble, because that's who you are, right? You can't just change because the numbers got up or the numbers became more.
Agree. I think some people lose themselves at some point, like you said. They
That's
don't
what
realize
I'm seeing,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, they start to feel like, oh, I have, I've met those people.
Yeah.
Have you met those people?
Oh, my fair share of them, man. Yeah, I don't chill with them.
Yeah?
No, I can't.
Yeah, you seem to not like, you're not trying to be, I heard you saying you don't want to be an influencer, you want to create content.
Yeah. I'm more of creating art. I want to be an artist. Okay, if it's comedy, if it's acting, whatever it is, that's what I'm interested in. I'm not interested in influencing or vlogging my life, because people tend to follow that. And if you make a mistake, because people think these are mistakes. يعني مثلا, I'm eating McDonald's and some people be like, McDonald's is bad, but these kids now love me. They want to go eat McDonald's because of me. I just influenced that whole thing. And it could be about other different things, things that I want to do personal in my personal life shouldn't be something to influence another. My art should. That's why I want to separate them both.
Yeah, you don't seem like you post anything about your personal life, what you're doing, where you're going. You just put content, creative content out there. That's what you do. Yeah.
That's what I want to be known for. That, not other things.
It could be easy though, because now content is so easily created. Anybody, like anything can be content right now.
Yeah.
And it's so easy to fall into that trap. And you see people post whatever they want now. So the internet, I was having this conversation with a friend of mine, the internet in 2022 was like, what's going on in the internet?
Yeah.
So many people implying certain things like sexual stuff. And it's
what I focus on when it comes to content or watching somebody's content is what value does it give me?
Right.
It has to be some value in it. So that's what I try to do. I try to give value through my content.
That's a question you ask yourself.
Yeah, always. If I write a script down, I finish it. Okay, what value is this going to give? What are people, when they finish watching this video, other than laughing, what could they go home with? Or so when they scroll away, what did they take from my video? And that's what I always try to focus on. That's like the basis of my videos.
That's very interesting. Now I'm trying to remember your videos because, it's entertaining for sure, but also like it's very intelligent. Because I can't help but think, about your process of thinking when you're creating those videos, because it must take you a lot of, time, effort.
Yeah, it does. It does take a lot of time. But what I do is I develop it over time, and I don't develop one of them. So I'll write an idea down of something I thought of or something I've seen, and then I'll just basically exaggerate it as much as I can. And I'll write different iterations of how I can exaggerate it, and then I'll choose the best one. So whatever the script says is not always how it's going to end up when I start filming. Because also when I start filming, I improvise and start changing, and things just come to me on the spot. بيسموه سريع البديهة. I don't even know what that is in English, but that's like a talent that I possess, which is I'm on my head all the time. I'm on the spot. Like on the spot, I could do whatever. So when I write it, as I always imagine myself in that spot, imagine myself behind the camera, or I start acting it out with my voice and my face, the hali, there's no camera. And then that can change everything. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's not an idea that I always write down and I write it and I write the script of it. No, it comes to me in sessions. I sit down, okay, I'm focused. I see like I have 4 scripts here. Okay, I want to look into this one, and I'll start looking into this one. Fix it. Try, touch it up. Then I'll go to the next one, and then I'll come back to that one. You see what I'm saying? Until it's fully done, I'll be like, okay, that's the one.
Creativity.
Yeah, no, it
being
takes
creative
time.
with it, yeah. But you said you're talented with this. When did you know that you had this talent for comedy and not sketches? I'll get to this, but for comedy,
With
observational comedy.
my friends.
Oh yeah.
The people I chill with, my friends. You see them always laughing. I'm always entertaining, and you hear comments like "you're the life of the party" or like "without you, like it would have been dead." Things like that. And I just took those in, and I'm like, okay, let me give it out to the world too, not just my micro scale friends. No, let me go macro shway. Let me go see what's up with the world and see how they would react.
So you knew you had it in you. That you are a funny guy.
Yes,
it's true, by the way. And you're very very articulate, very detailed. You talk about things that you observe in different cultures in details, and like you go deep in it. It was very interesting. Like how do you create that observational comedy? Do you see something? What do you see?
always, man. It's always something I've seen or thought of, or I've seen in a movie, whatever it is. I always see something that inspires another idea. It's not like it's like strings attached to that one thing that I saw. For example, the video I put out a few days ago that I had, I saw that happen in front of my eyes, but not in that sense. It was a different sense that it happened.
Wait, which video did you? The one you archived? Which one was it? Which one?
The one about it was taken wrongly by my followers and by the people, but my intentions was to show how ignorant the West is when it comes to hijabi women,
right?
Or like niqabbed women. And I've seen that, and you've seen it in a lot of movies too. Like it's not something that just comes up on your mind and okay. I just seen a lot of movies, and I just took that, I developed it into a small script, and I did it. It wasn't taken the correct way, but I still did it.
I think that particular clip, people maybe will not know about it, those who've watched it. Because for me, really, I commented on it before you've removed it. I had 2 different reactions. I was shocked and laughing at the same time. Like, what did you do? Oh my God. And I was laughing. That was so good. I really felt those 2 emotions at the same time.
That's my goal.
Yeah.
You see that? Like that's what I try to hit. Like you're not just laughing. It's not just comedy.
No, I learned something there as well. Yeah. That's very interesting.
Just showing the world like I'm trying to ridicule what's going on and showing it in a ridiculous way.
As an artist.
Yeah.
You should. Yeah.
This is my way,
Yeah. When did you decide you studied acting, right?
I studied acting very late. It wasn't the first thing I studied. I studied civil engineering major.
Did you ever work in engineering?
Never, not one day in my life.
I know you worked at a restaurant, washing dishes.
Yeah.
And then, but at that time, have you already had like finished engineering?
Yeah.
And then but why did you decide to work for
I didn't really. I tried to get a job in engineering when I was in London, but I would get nothing for 7 months. I would get interviewed and then nothing.
Why?
I know the real reason of why. It's systematic. Okay. So there I'm a refugee, right?
Right.
I'm not a British person. I'm not European. And I don't have like a tier 2, which they call is a skilled worker. So if they want to bring somebody from America or whatever, that's a skilled worker. And my actual name is Mohammed Baasil.
Right. اللي هو اسم مركب صح؟
أيوة اسم مركب. So I think it's because of my status. I was a minority.
Right.
So if I would apply for this job and another British guy applies for the same job, they're going to give it to the British person. Okay, let's say I applied for this job and then a European person applied for this job. They're going to choose the European. So I'm the last on the list. And there's obviously a lot of applications. So when they ask you for your ethnicity, the only interviews I got was when I put prefer not to say. But then when I go to the interview, they figured it out.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? So I connected it that way. But I have one of my best friend's moms was sitting there in front of me and she was saying, what are you doing? What do you want to do? I said, I want to work. She said, you really want to work? Go down to the street right now and find a job. I was like, where? What do you mean? She's like, انت مفكر انه في عيب مش شغل? No. Go down, find a job at Costa, Starbucks, whatever it is. Go become a barista. And I was like, oh, okay. So I found a Lebanese restaurant and I asked for a job there. And they put me in the kitchen where I was washing dishes. And I just worked my way up from there.
How long did you work at that restaurant?
5 total years. I started on Valentine's Day, 2016.
Okay.
Yeah. And I would polish cutlery, take the dirty dishes down. That's a commie waiter. And then I became a waiter. Then I became a cashier. Then an accountant down in the office. And then Maher, my director and the manager, he taught me everything I know. He just took me under his wing. And that's the best thing that ever happened in my life. I will never forget it. He taught me everything that I know today. Like things into like as deep as VAT and HR and how to deal with like difficult employees and like just how to be a businessman. He taught me how to do that. And he took me on his wing. So 5 years later, I became the assistant director. And then I had to leave because my passion has given back to me now.
Right.
So
have you started doing sketches when you were back in the UK?
Yes. About 4 years into this job, I started. It was around COVID.
Okay.
COVID gave me more free time. So I did more videos. I would make 3 videos a day. Yeah, I was very religious with it because I saw it paying off and I just had it in my head. Like, I know this is going to work because what I see on the market is just too silly. It's just, there's no value.
That's very interesting because I heard you talking about this. You looked at other creators and said, I can do better than this. How did you know that you had it in you?
Yeah.
Because of the...
Yeah, I'm very not competitive person. I just believe that I can make the slightest difference in someone's life, even if it's just so small. I can make it. I know I can. So I did it through comedy.
Brilliant stuff, by the way. So is English really a stupid language?
Yeah, man.
Really?
Yeah, bro.
By the way, that's if you haven't seen it, I doubt. You did how many parts of this? 5 or 6?
There's 6 now, I think.
6 now?
Yeah.
Is it 6? I was watching this. That was good.
I think it's 6, yeah.
Very funny.
Yeah.
Very funny stuff. So is it really? So is that like some of the content that you create, is it your personal opinion? Or is just you think this is going to work? Or
I try to create controversial content. Let the people decide. Let the people comment and decide. Let them engage. Let me make a place for them to engage in.
This is a safe answer, Basil.
Yeah.
Is it your opinion? Is it really your? No, but do you? Because like what I think is the content that comes from the heart is really good content.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I could tell you, everything is from the heart, bro. Yeah. And the comedy sketches are there's always some deep thought, deep opinion on it, which is, it is. But I play it in a safe way, just like you said. I play it in a safe way where it's funny for both.
Yeah, once you put it out there, it's for the people to judge it.
Yeah. And people can think, both sides can think it's still funny. That's my aim. Like if you're against it or with it, you're gonna find this video funny.
What your biggest number of followers come from which place?
I have USA and the UAE.
Amazing. And that's kind of like doing content in English for let's say an Arab or someone from the Middle East. Was that difficult for you? Did you ever contemplate that decision?
But what I found is that there isn't much of them doing it.
I know, but the reason why not many of them is doing that, I'm one of them, by the way. All my content is in Arabic, and it's the first ever podcast we're doing in English or content. Thank you. But the reason for that is that maybe some Arabs feel that there isn't a market for them in the West, and they'll be competing with other content creators from the West who speak like the language natively. Did you ever think about this?
I did, man. But when I saw that there is an area where it's empty, I said, let me be the first.
You didn't care. You just went for it.
No, and what I know now is if you put your kids in school, they're going to learn English.
Yeah.
We're in a different world time now than like 10 years ago.
I agree. So do you think more creators should do English content from the region?
Yes, they should. They should mix it up. They should definitely mix it up.
It's funny you mentioned this because just recently, a couple of weeks ago, I released a video that went viral. Actually, we got already by now, I think 1.5 million views on Instagram, on TikTok, both. And I had 3 words said in English. The backlash, it's an Arabic video. 3 words I said in English. The backlash, the stick I got for that, oh my God, unbelievable. Like thousands of comments, at least like 20-30% of them. What about me saying 3 words in English? So people hated it.
Yeah, why do you think that? Do they hate the language or do they hate the people who speak it?
I think they hate the language and they hate the idea إنه إحنا نتشبه بالغرب.
Yeah, but
They don't like that. Because you know what? I'll give you, for me, I actually don't really care. Because I know that the intention inside is not about showing off or about نتشبه بالغرب ولا أي شيء. For me, there are things I studied and learned in English, so it's easier for me to say in English. I don't find the word for me, on a personal note, I don't find them for me in Arabic. I have to look for them. But they are very ready for me in my mind in English. And this, the bit when you're talking about do you think in English, for me, I do actually think in English. So I'll tell you a funny story. I was working at Dubai airport some time back. This is maybe 12 years ago. And I met this guy in the morning. And he spoke to me in this perfect British English. And I was like, so where in the UK are you from? He said, I'm not British. I was like, okay, what? He said, I'm German. And I was like, what? He said, listen, the whole world speaks English.
Yeah.
You'd be an idiot if you don't.
Yeah.
And I think if at this day and age, if you live at this time and you do not speak English, you're missing out on understanding the world.
Yeah.
Because the world is run in English now. And if you're just sitting there saying like, oh no, احنا لغتنا احسن لغة, yes, على عيني وعلى راسي, طبعا لغتنا جميلة جدا. But everybody else speaks English. You need to keep up. If you don't speak English, you're way behind. Yeah. Yeah. That's so for me, I don't really get exactly the motivation of people, why people like hate on it or they don't like it. There's different reasons. وانا معتز طبعا بعربيتنا واللغه العربيه وكل شيء طبعا. بس قلت لك انا on a personal thing, the English words come to me easier because I've studied in English.
Totally understand you, man. It's the same for me. It's the same for me. I also always have to ask my sister or my father, what does that mean in Arabic?
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, oh my God, I do speak Arabic, بس تغربت.
Yeah.
You know, I got ما مارست اللغة. So now I'm 10 years living in a place where everyone just speaks English. What am I supposed to do? Protect my Arabic? Like, no, okay, my Arabic.
You have to play along, right?
Yeah, you have to you have to communicate with people. You have to communicate with the grocery shop. You have to communicate with the bus driver, whoever they are. You have to communicate. Communication is the way humans talk. Like, there's no other way to do this other than to speak the language.
Absolutely. And you sound very articulate. And in your videos as well. So is that something you practice? Well, I know you're very articulate, but I mean, in your videos, you use like, proper words, just the right amount of words. Because jokes, you need a punchline, you need.
Yeah.
How much do you practice?
And it took time to get to the stage and for it to become easier. In the beginning, when I watched my old videos, man, it was trash. I was not articulate at all, man.
Really?
No. But it takes time. It's like a training. It's like a muscle that you train. Yeah. That muscle just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Now you can do the moves easier. Yeah. And that's exactly how it is. And it's scripted, right? So because it's scripted, it's much easier for me to articulate it. Because if I lose the script, I just look back. I just look back at my screen and say, okay, that's what I need to say. And then I say it. So I got the help of my screen that's showing me what I wrote already. So it's not like always just ta 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 ta.
Yeah, I mean because you need to script the especially when you're writing comedy, I think, and it needs to be because sometimes if you move one word or say it before the whole joke is gone, you
Everything.
cannot. Yeah.
Or if you say too much, if your sentence is too long, it's like, oh no, that's too long. Let me shorten it straight to the point.
Yeah.
Okay, that's better. You see what I'm saying? It's just it's a practice. Practice makes perfect.
Yeah, agree. You were born in Abu Dhabi?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
How was that childhood like?
Man, I miss it.
Really?
It was good. Yeah. Alhamdulillah, I was fortunate enough that my parents really took care of me very well. They took care of me. They took care of me very nicely. I was a very troubled child.
How?
I was causing a lot of problems.
Because you were hyper and everything.
I was hyper. I was never listening to what my mom used to tell me, like, don't do this or don't do that. You tell me not to do it, and that's the first thing I'm going to do.
Wow. You hated if somebody...
I was a rebel. Yeah. I was a very big rebel, man.
Wow.
But they handled it. You know, my dad took it. So now when I look back at the time, you know, about, you know, when my dad whooped me, you know, for being a bad child, you know, you're being bad, he's going to whoop you, you know. You're not going to get away with it without getting a whooping. And that's what taught me, you know. So now the man I am today is thanks to my parents.
You seem to be having a lot of support from your dad, especially your parents, and your dad, especially in your videos. He's now doing videos with you.
Yeah. He loves it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he loves it.
I thought
man.
he was against it. Like, he didn't like it at the beginning.
He was against how I was doing it. You know, like, what are you doing? This is not what you're supposed to do. And then slowly the kids of his friends would be like, we saw Bاسل. So the attention and the semi-fame that started coming to me, he started enjoying it. Because, you know, when you're a dad, you're talking to another dad, and that dad's like, yeah, أنا ابني صار دكتور بأمريكا, or I don't know what, you know. Allah, أنا ابني محامي قوي جدا في I don't know what. So now he doesn't have to say anything because those parents are coming like, والله ابنك ممثل منيح, والله ابنك عمل فيديو ضحكني, والله ابنك, you know. So for him, it's like, whoa, wait. He's good at this. Wait. So that's when he told me you have to go study acting.
Oh, he told you?
Oh, yeah. He's the one who told me this.
Did he also tell you to study engineering?
He advised of it.
Right.
But the acting was the first thing he told me, you have to do it.
Wow.
He said you have to go and do it.
That's amazing because I think so many kids actually, they live to get approval from their parents. And they do so many things to get that approval. But if your parents come to you and see something that you're doing that's nice and tell you go and do it, that's amazing. I think that's when you know as a child, as the son, that yes, they are proud of me.
Alhamdulillah, exactly. That's all we try to do, right? Like if your dad stuck by you your whole life and supported you your whole life with every decision you've made and all of that, and like now he's gonna you need to give back, and the way you give back is making them proud. Because what can you give back your parents?
Making them proud.
That's
absolutely.
it. Like literally, that's all they want to be is proud of you. Proud. Okay, wait, I did a good job with my son. My son is something now. He's doing well. I raised my son good. You know, in the end of the time, that's what they want. So that's what I'm trying to make him proud, man. That's it.
Do you still prank him?
Yeah,
all the time.
Yeah, a lot of times I do it without the camera, but the ones with the camera are coming soon because he's been very aware of the camera these days. Like he knows when there's a camera.
Right.
He looks around. He knows my angles. He knows where I put it. So he says, "Oh, hada ma'lab," and it ruins the whole thing.
Oh.
So you need to be very tactical with it. So my plan right now is I'm not doing any for a few months. So he forgets about it. So that when I do it...
Don't you think that he would know this plan because you've said it now on video?
I don't think he's watching this podcast, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? He should watch it, though.
My dad has very small attention span. Like, he doesn't... Khalas. He moves through things very quickly. At this point, he's probably flipped away. Khalas. Really? Yeah. He doesn't. He has a very small attention span, bro. He gets bored very quickly out of something that's so interesting. You know? Wow. He's just like, on TV shows, when he's watching TV shows, he's flipping through the channels every 10, 15 minutes. He doesn't even like finish a scene or finish like a movie. Never. So for him to sit down right now and be watching this, I'd be very surprised. I mean, I'd love for him to watch it, of course. But let him know my plan, Adi. I'll still get him. I'll still get you, Dad. I'll still get you.
You said you're very hyper when you were a kid. You can't drink coffee. You don't want to drink coffee. No. You're always full of energy.
Yeah.
And
like right now, I'm trying to stay calm, bro.
Seriously?
Yeah, I'm trying to stay calm. And this is like my method of like just sitting in your place, not moving.
But how, like, if you're not trying to stay calm, what would you be doing? What would you be saying?
You just feel like I'm in a rush always. That's what I get from my friends that tell me, you're just in a rush. You want to get things done quickly and you want to just go to the next place or go to the next thing, you know? And that's what happens also with my mind. Like, okay, hello, what's next now? What's next? I'm very hyperactive, but not always through my speech. It's just through my actions.
Okay, that's good. Because for me, like, I'm kind of the same, but when I speak, sometimes the words come out like too jumbled up because it's very quick for me. Exactly. Because I think very fast and I try to but I'm on caffeine also all the time. I drink coffee. I'm not like you.
I can't have that, man. It gives me the jitters.
I was watching Joe Rogan, and he's got this guest telling him that just to cut off caffeine for 3 months and come back to it, because when he comes back to it, it's like psychedelics. and he's like, what? How can I do a podcast? Joe Rogan, like, first reaction. So I'm the same. I'm kind of the same. Like, how can I operate without caffeine in the morning?
Yeah, I guess.
In the morning I need caffeine. In the evening I don't really.
But that's the thing, right? I don't mean it like that, but I mean, that's the addiction. Like, we all have habits that it's a habit that your brain is also functioned with.
It was kind of like that, but okay.
Yeah, and I'm just saying, like, if I have the habit of like vaping as well. Like, I do that. I vape, and I shouldn't be doing it the first thing in the morning, but I still do. That's a habit for me. It's like this. I like it, but that's mostly what it is. When it came to coffee for me, it didn't give me that feeling of chill وأجواء وfocused. No, it just made me jitter up, man. I was like shivering. My heart rate was. I couldn't handle it. So I was like, okay, that's not for me.
Right.
There's something to just accept. They're not for me. Like hummus. I don't like to eat hummus, man.
What? You don't like to what? How come?
Like all these dips.
Really?
Yeah, man.
But you're from Syria, man.
And it surprises every person I chill with. I'm telling you, man. I can't have it. My stomach gets upset.
I'm Iraqi and I love hummus.
Yeah, hummus, mutabbal, muhammara, all these dips, labna. I can't have this texture in my mouth. I can't have it.
Okay, this is just weird now, Bas. What you said is just weird.
I know, man. I know, but I'm a picky eater,
Are you? Okay.
Yeah,
What's your like favorite cuisine?
My favorite cuisine is Lebanese and Japanese. Not together, obviously, but I love Lebanese food and I love Japanese food. But Lebanese food is...
Without the hummus and
it's extensive. There's a lot of things, right?
I think it's the best cuisine in the world.
It has a lot of stuff, man.
Yeah. Like, I'm Iraqi and I love Iraqi food, but if you ask me which food you want to eat every day, I'll probably Lebanese.
Yeah, man. It's just so good.
So good. Everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything is so good.
Yeah.
The kitchen is amazing. The Lebanese kitchen is amazing. So you're half Syrian, half Turkish.
Yes.
The combination. No, it's not really weird, but how did that combination influence you?
Wallah,
did you
man.
get the best of two cultures?
Shuf, my dad grew up in Syria. His dad was Turkish. His mom was half Turkish, but she was more Syrian.
Right.
So he grew up in Syria with his mom, not his dad.
So he's a Syrian man mostly.
So he was very proud, I'm Syrian, and I'm Syrian, and I'm Syrian, which he is, because he's half Syrian, So we learned more of the Syrian ways, right, more than the Turkish ones. But we would go there every summer. We would visit, we'd get back. Yeah, my dad still wants both cultures and everything to be instilled in us, obviously. But the way we grew up is just Arab. So I'm more Arab than I'm Turkish. I don't even speak the Turkish language. I'm sorry, Turkey. They always get so upset because I don't speak it. But I don't know how to speak it. We never practiced it. We never spoke in Turkish.
Did you ever live in Turkey, though?
No.
Never lived in Turkey.
Or Syria.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, you're born in Abu Dhabi. Never, but you went to Syria.
Like, man, you can count them on one hand.
Really?
Yeah.
Syria is amazing. I have a friend of mine who lived in Syria, then came to Dubai, and he was like, I can't live here. He went back to Syria. Iraqi. He went back to Syria. He said, I love Syria.
Yes, it was the same for me in the opposite.
When you went to the UK?
No, when I went to Syria,
right.
It was different for me. Because I'm used to here. I'm used to my friends. I'm used to the easy convenience and all of that, And when I went there, it was like a tough life, man. I saw kids working. Yeah. And that kind of like, in another way, it kind of like intimidated me. I'm like, no, man, I don't want to be intimidated. I don't want to feel like that's what I should be doing. So I remember I went to my dad and I said, Baba, why is this kid working? Because I'm just chilling in this, nice penthouse. I don't know what. It was so hard for me to understand that some people had it this way and I have it this way. But when I come back to Abu Dhabi, it's kind of we're all equal. Like, I see it like we were middle class back then. So all the middle class is the same. I didn't see that. I just kind of ran away from seeing the lower class. My heart couldn't handle it, man. I couldn't handle it. I couldn't handle watching kids working and carrying and doing things. It really hurt me. And I'm a person who's easy, like, I'm too warm-hearted. If that makes sense, I get very upset very quickly if I see something that really like بزعل عليه مسكين. I can't handle that, man. It really gets me. So I kind of ran away from it, and I didn't want to go to Syria much because it was everywhere, you know. And maybe it's not the right thing, but it was my mechanism of dealing with this situation until I grew up and I understood life, and understood what work is, and understood what it means to start from zero. And then I started saying, okay, I see now, you know.
But you did somehow start from zero yourself.
Yeah, but when I did that, that's when I started understanding the other side more, and started seeing the other side, and I started digging deeper into the other side. Yeah, مثلا there was one situation where it was at the restaurant, and it was very late. There was just one manager there. It was me and another guy who was working, and he needed the bathroom to be cleaned because there was just literally one customer's left, and these customers was a sheikh or something in a restaurant. So I ran down and I started wiping the toilets and started cleaning the toilets. I started cleaning everything, and the more I did it, the more I fell in love with myself. That hey, like ما في عيب. This is real. Like you can do this, and you can do it anytime. You know, it's fine. So you don't have to keep holding yourself at a certain status. It's okay. And I really started feeling like loving myself more for completing an action that before I used to think that, hey, this is not on my level. You see what I'm saying? Like I'm not there anymore. Now that's what created the humbleness in me, if I must say. So staying humble is like understanding you can fit me in anywhere, and I'll blend in. I don't feel like I deserve to be somewhere because of my action, because of my accomplishments. Adi. As much as I accomplished, this is an accomplishment too. Cleaning that bathroom and those toilets and unclogging them, that was an accomplishment for me.
Well done, Bاسل. That's amazing. I think people who are willing to do that, let's say, unwanted work. Like one of the things I read before is like never shy away from work. Do the work that nobody wants to do. That's better for you. That even brings you to the attention of the right people faster. When you just never act like you're above the work, that's when you know you have it in you. Just go there and work. Yeah. Just do what you have to do in that moment. You carry the box. You clean that table. You do the things that nobody wants to do. It makes you better, really.
Yeah, it does. It really does. It rewards. You reward yourself that way. That's what I thought about it. Like it was rewarding for me. You know, and I was like, at that time, because Maher, again, was my manager, I would throw myself at anything he would say. You know, like, we need this done, we need this, I'll do it.
That's amazing.
And at one point, he came to a point, he's like, Bاسل, you need to manage what you really wanted, like how much you want to do, because you can't do it all. So he also taught me how to like balance. You know, because if you want to do it all the time, now the dependence becomes always on you. You got to share that as well. You got to let other people learn and other people do some stuff too. So you guys can all learn this thing that you're learning, you know? So yeah, that's what I had to do, man. Yeah.
But that's amazing, really. Just putting yourself out there, taking the responsibility. It's amazing. I think so many people can learn from that. Because there are so many entitled 20-year-olds. They say, oh no, I cannot do this. I don't want to do this. And like, put the work. Mm-hmm. You really need to put the work. Yeah. Because that's how you learn. And I'm happy when I see someone who's like get humbled like this through work, because then he will become really good at something later in the future. And they will really learn discipline. And it's not easy to stay disciplined. You talk a lot about consistency. And that consistency doesn't come from thin air. It comes from discipline. If you're disciplined, you don't always feel like creating a video and scripting and writing. And for me, writing questions to do an interview, you don't always want to do it, but you have to do it. Yeah.
That's when it counts, bro.
Yeah.
That's when it really counts.
Yeah.
You know, it counts when you don't want to do it and you do it. I think David Goggins said this, you know, it's like when you battle your mind into doing what you should be doing, but you don't want to do it, that's when you've really done it, you know? And it becomes much more, like, how can I say, it becomes much more fulfilling for us when we do it, when we don't want to do it, and then it's done. It's like, man, that's when it really feels like you feel like you've accomplished it, like you've actually worked hard on it, you know?
Agree. Absolutely. So you say when a door closes, another one opens.
Mm-hmm.
You said that after you got banned from TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did it feel to have your account removed?
At the first, like in the beginning, I was a bit more like into, I can't believe this happened. So I was more into laughing and not taking it seriously. You know, it was 5 minutes before that happened. Gary V, one of the guys I looked up to and that made me start this whole thing, messaged me directly and told me, BG, keep it moving. I felt like, oh my God, I'm onto something. And then when that happened, it was more like, okay, that was supposed to happen. You know, it's okay. So for me, I never actually felt sad. But what hurt me was one thing, was the way they treated the situation with me.
TikTok?
Yeah. You know, that's the only thing that hurt me. And I'm not here to throw shade at names or people because أنا ما بقطع برزق الناس حتى إذا هن قطعوا برزقي. You know, I will never do that. I will never attack a certain individual or something. But to be told you're one of the biggest creators we have into not working hard enough to give me my account back, it's just, it doesn't balance what you're saying to me. And I have trophies from them. I have trophies from this app. Top comedy creator of I don't know what year and top hero, I don't know what. I can't put those up anymore. I can't put them on my wall. I can't think of those as accomplishments because it's gone. So that hurts. That's what hurts. And no, I have these, but I can't prove them.
Yeah.
There's no account to prove my work. And the other thing that hurt me was my work has been stolen. It's plain, like I'm saying, stolen. It was stolen.
You were not able to get any videos, I know.
They don't want to give it to me.
What's the reason?
Wallah, I don't know. But I was tired of hearing lies. I was tired of the back and forth. It became so simple at the end. I don't want the account. I don't care about everything. You don't have to work to give me my account back. Just give me my videos and I'll be on my way. Even that was something that was like, I had to battle and I lost that battle. Because I lost it to either I would have stayed in a situation where it's always back and forth or I just move on, man. And the people around me, some of them are creators. One of them is Shihab from Shihab and Noor. He just sat and he's like, listen, the creativity is in you. It's not in those videos. You can go and remake all of this. It's in you. It's not in the videos. It's fine. Go and redo them. Go and keep going. Keep going. And it just kind of pushed me like, yo, I just got to keep going. Like, this is the spot that I hit a dead end. What am I going to do? Chill and stay here? Sit down? I got to keep moving. I got to find another way. And I just kept doing that. And alhamdulillah, Instagram started to pay off. YouTube started to pay off. And I was sitting there and I'm like, yo, I have much less followers on both of these applications, but I'm much more successful.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Now you see it paying off.
Yeah, I'm making way more money than I made when I was on TikTok. And I had 5 million on TikTok. And I was verified. I'm not verified on Instagram.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I was way more successful. So then I started realizing, what value does this app give other than exposure? It's good to have because it gives you exposure. But if you don't translate that exposure to the apps that actually help you get paid and to work, well, man, it's all work at the end of the day. Like, I can do this for fun, but I don't want to do this for free.
No, of course not.
You know? Like,
especially when it's so good like that.
Yeah, like you can watch it obviously for free because you have an account or something, but when brands start reaching out, that's what I want. I want to start making some videos for some brands. Become the face of some brand, you know, as well. So that's how, at the end of the day, yeah, it needs to pay the bills, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It can't be for free forever. And for TikTok, it was for free.
But very quickly, when did you start on Instagram again?
Properly, like religiously, Annie was start focusing on it like a year ago.
Right. It was slowly started to pay off, and you start to create great videos again, going viral. 15 million, 10 million. And is there a formula for that?
Yeah, man, there is. Other than the videos that has to be good and valuable, the consistency that I was talking about it's a schedule. So I post 5 to 6 times a week.
Right.
I take one day off. Sometimes I take 2 days off. If there was like a lot of stories that I had to go to an event or something, then I take that day off and you don't have to post that day.
Right.
Like it's just consistency in a scheduled manner is good. And that's what worked for me. You know, like now you got videos that are like 2 or 3 months old. Now they go viral. It's not always right away. Like English is a stupid language. Went viral after 4 months, man. I made that video back in October.
Wow. Okay.
The first one was back in October. And in January, it popped off. And when it popped off, I made part 2. So that one just took the ride with part 1. And then I made part 3, which made people go back to part 2 and part 1. So, you know, I created like a rhythm. But my videos, most of the time, always pop off later. They never pop off.
That's weird because the algorithm of Instagram is not like that. Usually, like for me, I put a video and I forget about it, and it's like almost never picks up. But it happened with me recently when some of the videos I put and then later got like the algorithm picked it up and it went viral.
Yeah.
But usually it's not the case.
Yeah, man. But it's been happening to me a lot.
That's amazing.
So I just got used to it. Because when you make one other video that people really love and people really think about, you know, and they go into your profile and they start digging deep, right? And then they find one of those videos that popped off in they find that one and they love it. So they watch it a lot, they share it, and then it takes the ride.
Yeah.
That's what's happening. People are going back into your account because of a certain video that you posted recently, and it takes that ride again, you know, it goes up with it.
Yeah.
So that's what's been happening, man, especially with my page.
Do you ever want to jump on a trend that's happening? You never do trend videos.
No. It's not my
Why
thing.
not?
I'm how can I explain this in a nice way for all the other creators? I'm a Bugatti. I'm not gonna go start doing what a Toyota Corolla does. Okay, that's easy content. I want views and likes. No, I got views and likes. I wanna stimulate your mind so that I stay with you longer. I stay in your head longer. That video stays with you. And
Influence.
if you see anything that's happening, you remember that video. You're not gonna remember a trend that everyone did.
No. That's why content is king.
Yeah.
I agree. And your videos are very, very creative. And that's why they do stay.
Thank you.
Like I'm still thinking about the one. It was the one when this guy meets his neighbor.
Oh yeah.
Logically speaking.
Yeah, that was actually a joke that was made a long time ago by a guy called Norman. I just played on it.
Right.
I just took that. So also you get inspirations, right, from other places and other people. So I took that and I was like, how can I tweak that into a way that's nicely scratches the surface but stays safe, you know, for both viewers. And that's what I did with that, you know. There's a lot of stuff you got to be inspired, man. I mean, people put steps for you to walk on them.
Yeah. And creativity works like this. There's never anything that's completely original. Everything is actually built on something before it. Everything you see,
Of course.
So what is really wrong with social media today? What's missing, let's say?
Yeah, man, I feel like us as males, yani men, we don't have it as easy as women.
We don't? Oh, really? Okay.
We don't have it as easy as women, you know. Because if you're a woman and you look good, which you should, yani hadi, be proud of that and everything, you can easily get more engagement and more interactions because you get both viewers. You get the male and the female. But us males, man, we're a bit different for us. Like if you're not like a supermodel with a strong jaw and, you know, ما عندك beard or عندك شوية beard وهيك, and you just like have that look, you gotta work hard, man. You gotta work very hard, which is fine. It's okay. Yani obviously it makes us hard workers, but I feel like the social media world has made it so that you don't have to work as hard if you're a woman. I know this is gonna be controversial, but like I got like.
Do you know how much backlash we're gonna get because of this?
No, there's a lot of hardworking women out there that I see myself, and
Right.
I can mention a few names, and I see those people's content, and I'm telling you, those ladies work hard, okay? But you get also some ladies who want it easy. I'm not talking about the singers and the artists and then you know, the actresses. No, these ladies are getting it, man. They're working hard, and I respect a lot of them, man.
Yeah.
There's also one woman. Her name is Sara Al-Madani.
I know.
Man.
Dr. Sarah Al-Madani, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Man, she is a woman, bro. Like, she is inspirational. She inspires me as a man. You know, there's a lot of hardworking ladies here. I'm not here to talk about those ones. I'm talking about the ones who want to sit there and they just want to kind of take a picture of their backside.
Yeah.
That's how I want the views and the likes. You're worth more. You can do more than that.
There is obsession about that, by the way.
Why? What is it? You know what I'm saying, though, right?
Of course. I don't know. For me, it's really, I don't like it at all. I don't like watching it because it looks so cheap. Really.
It's an easy way out.
Yeah, because like, and I don't know, like, what are you trying to achieve from this? Like,
literally.
Like how much attention are you going to get?
And that's what it's for, right? But like, if that same lady sits down and starts figuring out what am I best at and performs that, whatever it is, you know, I'm good at writing, or I'm good at, you know, acting, or I'm good at whatever. I'm good at drawing. To provide that for us.
What do you think other women think about this?
I think a lot of women will agree with what I just said. Saraha. If they're in the right mind, like, you know, a lot of men will also not agree with me, but if you're a person who in your right mind, you'll agree with me. Like, our talents isn't just how we look. That could be something, or a means of, you know, money, because like we say, we're models. That's the way they do it, right?
Yeah.
I'm a model. If I'm a model, I gotta be a model on my page, and that's what the value that I'm giving out to the world. Maybe my style and how I style things and stuff like that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking again, very clear about the ones who just want to take a picture of how they look, their bodies. Yeah. They're not famous. They're not making money out of this. This is something that they want to become. So they start in this way. They start showing off their bodies, and that's when I think it's so messed up. Because it really programs the younger people and the youth that's what I'm supposed to do. And that's wrong. That's just completely wrong in my opinion. It's completely wrong. A girl who's young and looks up to these people, looks up to some people, comes across this woman who is doing that, and then she starts feeling, okay, that's what I want to do. What kind of profession is that? Like, what do you mean you want to do that? You know? Then you got the other women that I was talking about, like Dr. Sara, and like there's like Rihanna, man, the Fenty Beauty. She made the first makeup line for dark skinned women. You know, look at her now. She's a businesswoman. She made a lot of music. She works hard. Like, look upon that. Look at that. Okay, not Cardi B and stuff like that. That's just bad.
Yeah.
Like come on. Like, you know, that's not what our youth should be inspired to do.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's crazy time.
Yeah.
What do you think the social media will be like in 5 years?
Other than, I hope it's going to be holographic, like, you know, holograms and stuff. I hope it gets to that point, because that would be very interesting. But I don't think it's going to change much. I think maybe more of the leftist liberal ones will be more people, like the cancel culture we call.
Yeah.
Maybe those will become more
powerful.
But
it's being fought. There are people fighting that from within the system, like people like Matt Walsh and things like that. Shapiro, something. He's also against that, and it's from within, against the cancel culture, against.
It's just
against woke also.
It's just I don't agree with a lot of this stuff, man.
Yeah,
I'm more with Ben Shapiro's side and.
Ben Shapiro.
Like, you can't create all the stuff out of the blue and then expect everyone to say yes. Yes, we're gonna do this, guys. No. Yes, no, you know.
But it's funny because it makes other people talk about it, like kind of what we are doing right now.
Yeah.
Because it just that's another item on the agenda to push, get other people to talk about it, get the normal people to react to it and get them engaged and let them talk about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and you know, I'm happy to see people like Ben Shapiro, Matt Walsh talk about it, like fight it from within the system.
They should, man.
Because honestly, for me, I hate that it's being exported to us, to this part of the world. People talk about it, it's like, hang on a second, this is not the reality. You don't live in the US. You live in there, for example, in the UAE. We don't have that here. We don't need to discuss it.
No.
We don't really have to talk about it. We don't even need to push for it or support it. We don't have it here. So this is how much people are influenced by the US culture and the US media.
Yeah.
And for me, I don't watch Netflix anymore. because of all the agenda.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
Because like, I don't really need to watch this. It's not part of my reality.
No.
My reality is different. I'm creating my reality. For example, I choose to surround myself with the right people, consume the content that I want to consume.
Yeah.
With the right people for me, and that's it.
Yeah.
But I don't want to. I don't want to watch anything. I don't want to get influenced by anything that's done by other people somewhere else. It's not for me. I'm not interested.
Yeah.
Especially if it doesn't go with my values.
Yeah, I got you. Of course, man. Of course. Especially Netflix now these days. Now that you said Netflix, man, goddamn. That thing is just like it's programming.
Yeah.
It's full on programming. And I think it's so easy for children to have access to.
Yeah.
And that programs them now. I mean, we might be too old to be programmed now, but our kids or whatever, the youth watching that as well. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things here that are making it look like it's okay for us to do. It's okay for us to feel and think, you know?
You know, I have some of my friends who are married and they have kids. One of the biggest concerns is how do they break difficult conversations with their children about certain things that they watch? How do you tell them, no, this is not the way to do it?
It's hard, man.
It is a hard conversation to have.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not easy.
Because also, again, a lot of kids are in a rebellious mode, you know? They always say, no, I can't do this, then I have to try.
Yeah.
And this is where you're...
And it's funny because everybody now, they want to be themselves.
Mm.
And sometimes it's good to be free, like to do whatever you want. بس تدري شنو الشيء الجميل اللي عندنا؟ في بعض الأشياء والتقاليد حلوة بعدها. الاحترام، العيب، الثقة. It's so nice.
Yeah.
يعني العيب مثلا. It's important to respect your elderly.
Yeah.
In our culture, I love it. I want to keep it. I don't want to change it.
Yeah.
At all.
Of course. Yeah. A lot of the stuff, so the generosity as well.
There you go.
And then, you know, and being a good host or you know, or how to be a guest and all of that has its ways.
Yeah.
And that's the lovely part about it. الأصول بيسموها الأصول كمان, you know.
Thank you. الأصول.
Yeah.
It's so important and I intend to keep it. I don't want to change it because, you know, like another side of this is so funny because when you meet someone, they expect that from you. For example, أنا كعراقي. When people meet me sometimes, they expect a certain behavior from an Iraqi because they have seen that from different Iraqis. And you have to kind of keep it. It's important. You don't want to change your identity. It's important.
Yeah. And it's funny how even we're from different places, we have the same ways.
As Arabs.
Yeah. You know, we all have the same way, like the same usul, the same, you know, the generosity and all of that trust, the respect to your elders thing. We all have, even though we're from different countries.
Yeah.
You know, that's the best part about this.
Yeah. I like it. I love it. I intend to keep it. We'll get some fun. We'll make it a little bit of fun, some whimsical. I'm going to ask you some whimsical questions.
Sure. Go for it.
We're going to be like...
am I good?
It's Habibi, it's 2023. It's like everything is quick now.
Okay.
All right. So what is the most ridiculous talent that you have? I know what your talent is.
Okay.
Like you're a great comedian.
It's so weird to say it that I don't know how to explain it, but I can tell which flower I'm smelling without looking at it. I say, man, I love flowers. I know, man. I love flowers, man. Love flowers.
That's true. That's a ridiculous talent.
You know, I just keep smelling them, whatever I know it is, and I can always like describe it or say it. You know, like that's flower. If I have my eyes closed.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what? Funny
or
enough,
how it feels.
I used to sell perfumes before, and I used to be so good at it. Somebody would give me like the piece of paper with a perfume on. I tell them which perfume it is.
So that's one of the things, like as well. It's connected to the flowers. Yeah, same.
Wow.
I also know like what note you should add and what you shouldn't. You know, like I always say.
Really?
I am Like,
do you know there is the nose in perfumes? You know those people that called the nose?
I mean, I think I should like invest my time into learning, like into becoming that.
You know, there are actually few people around the world who can do that. Who will be like, if you mash this with this, you can create this. You know
okay, well, I layer my own perfume, so they should definitely consider me for this job.
It's a thing. There are few people around the world.
I didn't even know about this.
Perfume designers. Yeah.
Oh, the perfume designer.
Yeah, like they smell things and like, okay, if we combine this, we can create this.
Yeah, I always wondered who puts them together.
The nose. They're called the nose. I have a friend of mine who's obsessed with these guys and like I don't know, we were having this discussion and a name of a guy was mentioned. And he's like, oh my God, this guy who created this perfume and this perfume. I was like, some of the top 5 or 6 best-selling perfumes of all time. It was one guy.
And he's the nose.
He's the nose.
Okay. I'm quitting comedy, guys. I'm coming through to you. I'm battling all the noses.
Okay. What's something everyone gets always gets wrong about you?
My height.
It's true. It's true though. It's true. I have to say, I didn't think you'd be taller than I am, but you are.
Yeah, a lot of people. I don't know how. Maybe it's my videos at the green screen. I don't know what it is, but my height is always something people get shocked about when they see me. Oh my God, I thought you were much shorter than that.
Right. What would you do if social media disappeared completely tomorrow?
Oh man, I'd like go camping.
Really?
Make a nice fire.
Like you wouldn't care.
Chill out. Make some chicken, just look at the stars.
Really?
Take this. Yeah, man.
Oh
we need
my
the
God.
chilling. We need to like be spaced out from this whole.
Do you do that usually? Do you switch off and go?
Yeah, for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
How often do you do this?
Once or twice a month, man.
Really?
Yeah, I have to.
But how long would you stay like switched off?
A week.
Seriously? Wow.
I'll always even if I'm taking a week off or 2 weeks off, I pre-film everything, get it ready, so that all I have to do is just post and I close my phone and I'm out. I don't reply to people. Nothing. I don't engage. No, I just talk and I'm on to the next.
Wow.
Of course you got to stay relevant. You can't just quit social media for 2 weeks. So I use that to just post and I take a break.
That's one of the best ways actually to learn about anything, about you, about the world, about your work, is when you switch off and reflect.
Yeah, man. You have to.
Yeah.
You have to. We're humans. We're machines. If I don't rest this machine, I'm gonna overwork myself.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
You have to charge. I have to sleep. Everything.
What would someone who hates you say about you?
I don't know. A lot of things. I don't know. I mean,
do you have like real haters who just come and just diss you, like just to hate on you for no reason?
No, man. Alhamdulillah. Or maybe if they have, I just never noticed.
Really?
I don't have of course, some of my videos get some different comments sometimes and things like that. But I've never heard of a certain person or individual that's just like always hating, and
right.
They're blocked off, man. They're completely ignored.
Cool. So you don't react. You don't really care.
No, man. Not everyone's gonna agree with me.
It takes a lot of guts, by the way, to put yourself out there. It's not easy.
Yeah, and no one's gonna always agree with you, man. Not everyone.
And I think that's part of being famous in a way, because if you got everybody agreeing with you, you're not doing it right. You're not doing it right. It's when you actually start to get disagreement, that's when you start to.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Would you rather have universal fame or unlimited power?
Unlimited power, man.
Really? Why?
Yeah.
I feel like some evil just like got
intrigued. I want to get rid of the 1%. If I have unlimited power, I can get rid of the 1%.
Really?
I mean, the people who are controlling everything, right? They're there. They're there. Or not? Yeah, they're
there. We don't know, but we know they're there.
And with unlimited power, we can bring our countries back to the way they were.
I agree.
Right?
I agree.
Screw the fame, man. Let's do that.
Who's your favorite comedian of all time?
Of all time?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I know this is cliche, but it's Kevin Hart, man.
Really?
I know this is cliche, but he's beginning the first few stand-ups that he did. I mean, now he's doing a bunch of other stuff that I don't really sometimes watch, but the beginning of Kevin Hart, that little beginning until the prime time, man, that was deadly for me. And I've watched a lot. Like I used to watch Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence, all of them, man. Chris Tucker was one of my favorites ever as well. He had one stand-up comedy that I remember. He's just insanely funny. Those were the ones who inspired me. But when it came to Kevin Hart, I found more of myself in him because of the way he acts sometimes. It's like, okay, like that's the way sometimes I act when I'm chilling in private with my friends. So I just kind of connected with him much more,
Right.
So yeah, but now he's on different roads, doing different things. He's a movie star. He's not really focused on that little what he used to do much. He's expanded now. So I don't find him as funny as I found him before, but back then, man, he used to kill me.
Do you not want to try stand-up comedy again? I know you've tried it once.
Man, I can't do it. It's not about I can't do it because I don't want. I'm saying I can't do it because of the time and attention that it would take from me to learn that art would take away from the ones I already know best. So I know how to make content. I know how to make these videos. I can focus on scripting. I focus on a lot of that other stuff and becoming entrepreneurial and all of that. If I want to come into this art, this is another muscle that I've never worked. It's going to take time.
But isn't it the same, like it's all comedy, it's the setup and punchline thing?
No, man. It's you have to read the audience much more. You're on your feet.
But I know I heard Louis C.K. saying these are skills you pick up very quickly.
You do.
Yeah.
You do pick it up very quickly. But when I tried it in the first time, it was in the Arab world, man.
Mm-hmm.
It was here.
Yeah.
It wasn't in a place where it's like America or the UK where it's unlimited and the people have this big span of sense of humor inside of them. It's still not that big here. So you got to do it in Arabic here.
Yeah.
Or mix it up, you know?
Yeah.
But you're just a professional already. Khalas, you've been doing this for a long time. So
it takes a long time, by the way, to make a career out of it.
Yeah,
like
man.
15 years.
Man, I did it for 5 minutes. That felt like 2 hours.
Yeah.
It's insane how people do. It's a completely different art, you know? And you could do anything. I'm not just saying that. You could do anything you want to set your mind to. But that's where I come, like, do I really want to set my mind to this? Maybe in the future it comes to me naturally or I develop the skill differently. But now I want to perfect what I have already.
I agree with you.
You know?
I think some things could, after you've done something for a long time, you become so good at it. And especially in terms of writing the joke, you maybe start to feel like, you know what, I can actually do it here also. Because the way I see it, I'm not trying to convince you.
Yeah,
It sounds like I'm trying to convince you. The way I see this comedy is you set up and it's the joke is a joke.
Yeah,
it's the same way it's written everywhere. Because when I watch your videos, yes, that's proper comedy right there. The setup, I was like, okay, where is he going with this? Oh my God, he did it. You know, the punchline is usually.
Yeah.
So would you rather have Kevin Hart's talent or Elon Musk's business acumen? Since you're starting a business, I know now.
Oh man, what a tough question. Damn. Whichever makes me more money, bro. Let's be honest. We're here to make money. Whichever makes more money.
I agree.
So it's definitely going to be Elon Musk's business brain, whatever that is, man. I'm going to take that for sure.
Cool. Would you rather have a pause or a rewind button in your life?
A pause.
Why?
I don't want to change the past. I like it when you can't change it and can't control it.
But a pause you would like to...
But a pause, you pause the present, right?
Yeah.
That's different. You can pause and just like sit down, think, okay, how I want to do this? How are we going to do this? What's going to happen? Kaza, kaza. And then you go into it. It gives you more time to think about this certain situation you're in the present, in the moment, right?
Nice. Would you rather be able to take back that TikTok video that got you banned, take it down, or start over with TikTok with 0 followers?
What's the first question again? I didn't get the first.
Would you rather take that video from TikTok, take it down, the one that got you banned?
Yeah.
Would you rather take it down or start over with TikTok now with 0 followers, and take it down and stay on TikTok?
Oh, okay. True answer?
Yeah.
Neither, man.
Really?
Neither.
Why?
I don't want to get back on TikTok.
You don't really care about TikTok anymore?
I don't want to get back on it. No matter what, I don't. They asked me. They said, we'll make it our life mission to make sure that you get to where you were. I don't know. I'm like, where are you going to get me 5 million from?
It took you how many years to get 5 million? 2 years about?
2 years and a half, It's like 2 years and a half of hard work and every daily work.
3,000.
Like, you know what? I want to be on a platform that I know I'm safe on, and I know that I have the support of the platform, which Instagram I do, and YouTube I do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Would you rather be in the history books for something terrible or be completely forgotten after you die?
Whoa, bro. Whoa, what?
Somebody wrote these questions for me.
Who wrote these? Oh my God.
Somebody else.
Man.
That's a.
I don't want to do anything terrible.
After saying that question, like it sounded wrong.
I mean, like, yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, man, it's such a weird thing. No, I'd rather be forgotten than to do something terrible.
Really?
I don't want to do anything terrible, man. I don't know what you mean by terrible here. You see?
Yeah. I don't know.
You know?
Yeah, I told you after I said that question out loud, it sounded weird. Like
Yeah,
I thought
yeah.
about some horrible things.
Yeah,
that people
exactly.
did in
So I'd rather not, man.
wow,
I'd rather not.
wow, a good answer by the way.
Yeah.
Would you rather have all of your messages and photos leak publicly, or never use a cell phone again?
Oh, they could be leaked. I don't care.
Really? Oh,
Yeah, man, you going into my messages and photos, trust me, man, you'll get bored after 2 minutes, bro. It's
Alright,
nothing.
cool. Yeah, it's like
I
if
don't
you had
care.
answered no, you never use a phone. I'd be like, what are you storing?
No, yeah.
On your phone.
I'll keep using that phone, man.
Yeah. Cool. I saw that video you did with your dad about the Proverbs, الامثال وهيك الكلام, and you translated literally. And then also the meaning the meaning of it was there also mentioned, like what it means, right? So we're gonna do a quick round of those.
Okay.
How are you with
okay,
Proverbs?
let's do it. Yeah, let's do it.
We'll do it on the spot, so there's no preparation or something.
Okay, cool,
so
cool.
I picked up some Proverbs بالعربي.
But when you say Arabi, you gotta tell me which country we're talking about here.
Mostly Levant.
Okay, Levant. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it.
And I tried Iraqi. It's
yeah, I know, because you got some words that I won't understand.
No,
so
I got mostly Levant because it's interesting actually for me, and I didn't find many Iraqi stuff there. I could have like Googled Iraqi stuff. So
let's do it.
سمرة ونخشة ولا بيضة ودفشة.
سمرة
ونخشة ولا بيضة ودفشة.
Okay. Are you a tan? I don't know what غمشة means صراحة. So there's some words that I don't know what they even mean.
Thank you so much. This is very helpful. This is going to be great content, by the way, for the podcast.
Yeah, okay. Now let's just... seriously, what? سمرة ونخشة?
سمرة ونخشة يعني I think يعني هو أصلا مثل سوري شكله لبناني. نخشة يعني دلوعة وهيك حبوبة.
Okay.
ولا بيضة ودفشة. دفشة rude.
Okay, exactly. Yeah.
So I did it.
Yeah. So wait, بيضة is okay. Okay, sure.
No, let's do it. Let's
okay, so I think the whole meaning of this is: are you cute and tanned, or are you pale and annoying, or something like that?
All right, cool.
Right?
Let's it's making it difficult for me, Bاسل. You're supposed to do it. I'm joking.
Okay, man.
No. I'm kidding.
Okay.
So what it means underneath, like I prefer a tanned girl or dark skinned girl but cute rather than a white skinned girl but rude.
Yeah.
Something like this.
Yeah. Okay, so you said it. You did it. That's good. That's good.
I asked you to. Anyway.
Yeah, man, you gotta be easy on me. مش كل المصطلحات I'm gonna understand.
But you because I saw that video, I was like,
yeah, okay, of course cool. I have the help of my dad.
I'm trying to give you something easier.
Yeah.
You're completely on your own.
Yeah.
Like كوم حجار ولا هجار.
كوم حجار
ولا هالجار.
ولا هالجار. So كوم الحجار is a bunch of rocks and not this neighbor.
Thank you so
right?
much. Well, yes,
right?
Absolutely.
So
yeah. I'd rather have
a bunch of rocks
but not this
neighbor, which does not make sense, guys.
But it kind of does, like it doesn't make sense, right?
What
I have no
كوم أحجار ولا هجار.
Like هيك كيف.
Yeah.
this is completely Basil's هيك كيف. حيرتنا يا أقرع من وين نبوسك.
Okay. You confuse me, you baldy. Where to kiss you?
Okay, what does it mean?
It means that you're so bald, you have so much place to kiss, but we don't know where to kiss you.
But also, what does it mean, like in a different meaning? What's the meaning of the proverb?
I have no idea, man.
It's like if you somebody's like making so many demands and you try to meet those demands, but he's like he's not pleased or he doesn't approve or doesn't accept.
Okay.
It's like you confused me. What do you want? I don't know. I'm trying to give you everything. But
okay, exactly.
We're making a horrible job at this, by the way.
Yeah, I know, but we're good. We're good.
No, but you got the translation bits. You're cool.
Okay. Yeah, I got you. I got you on that. Yeah.
I'm rubbish at it too. I don't understand what do they mean. I don't know. Sorry. شنب ما تحته فلوس يحتاج له موس.
شرب؟
No, شنب ما تحته فلوس يحتاج لموس.
شنب ما تحته فلوس.
شنب ما
So a mustache that doesn't have money under it should have long lashes?
No, موس. شو الموس?
Oh wait, should be cut off, should be hot shaved.
Yes.
Okay. So what was it again?
شنب
Yeah, a
ما تحت
mustache. A mustache. Yeah.
شنب ما تحت فلوس يحتاج لموس.
A mustache that doesn't have money under it should be completely shaved.
Very
Right?
good. Very
Right?
good.
We're
Yes.
good there, yeah.
So in other words, what does it mean? It means like you know.
Is it بتحكي كتير? No. Something to do with talking so much.
Something to do with because the mustache in the Arab world is something to be proud of.
Okay.
When you have it, but if you're a man with mustache but you don't have any money, shave your mustache, might as well.
Okay, so what I understood is different. What I understood is that if you don't speak right, because الشنب اللي تحته فلوس, which means your speech and how you speak, right?
Yeah.
So if it's not valuable things that you speak and you just talk smack all the time, you're not a man and you should shave off your mustache. So you're not really a man if you don't know how to speak. شنب تحته فلوس يعني تمك, right? You should be able to know how to speak.
I don't know. Again, I don't know.
No,
you know what? We'll ask
stuff.
the people to translate it for
us. Okay, cool. Yeah, please do.
Please do. Yeah. Okay. I have one, but it's kind of like, I don't know how to say this.
Hit me.
I don't know. We'll say it to see how it turns out. If it's like too bad. إذا أنت أمير وأنا أمير, مين بيسوق الحمير?
Yeah, so if you're a prince and I'm a prince, who's gonna control the donkeys?
Exactly. What does it mean, though?
Means إذا أنت شايف حالك وأنا شايف حالي, right?
Yeah, or both of us want to lead, both of us want to be prince. Who will do the dirty work?
Who will do the dirty work? Yeah.
Sorry?
So we're too proud, me and you. If you're too proud and I'm too proud, then who's gonna? How we're gonna?
That's why there's always more followers than leaders.
Yeah.
Or maybe,
true. Yeah.
طيب, this one is a bit. صار للشرشوحة مرجوحة وصارت تحلف بالطلاق.
صار الشرشوحة بالمرجوحة.
صار للشرشوحة مرجوحة. By the way, you're horrible at Arabic.
Yeah, I know, man. I know. I'm trying here.
I didn't know, but like بالامثال بس. Don't mind.
Yeah, no, عادي, bro.
طيب, okay, no, this is difficult. This is a different version of it. I heard this. This is actually personal. I heard this.
Okay.
I heard, not personal, like I didn't create it, but I heard that somebody said it. A Syrian guy, a friend of mine, a long time ago, said it in front of me.
To you?
No, not to me. Like he said it around me. Like we were talking about something, and it was so funny. صار للدبان خزانة وقام تضب غراضة فيها.
Okay.
You got it? Like somebody's like, he just got a little bit of something, and he started bragging.
شايف حاله, صار كبر راسه, صار للدبان خزانة. So for a fly now, there's a closet, and she's packing her things. Right? Yeah. It makes a lot of sense. I like that one, by the way. I might take
صار
it.
للدبان خزانة وقام تضب غراضة.
Yeah, I really like that one.
I've known this for like 15 years since I came to Dubai.
That's insanely funny, man.
Yeah,
you know,
it is.
It's literally like there's a person that I'm thinking about in my personal life now that is that person. Like that person just got a lot of followers now. They're growing so quickly and everything, and now all of a sudden they think they are the best, right? So صار الدبان خزانة وعم بتضب غراضة يعني. والله صراحة.
You know, you can use it. It's fine.
No, I'm gonna use it in like real life.
Right.
Just start saying it to people.
It's true.
Yeah, I already have.
Yeah, actually, that friend of mine, I still remember that he said it to me because of somebody else.
Yeah.
Somebody was bragging about something like very little. He didn't have like that.
It's hilarious, man. I don't know how these Levant people come up with this stuff, man. They're poets, bro.
Yeah,
they were
and
real
also
poets.
Proverbs. How did they work? I have no idea. Like, why don't we have Proverbs now? No, nobody's making Proverbs.
No,
we should come up with our new versions. Like,
let's do it.
But it's like, but really, there's philosophy underneath it.
Yeah, I get you, of course.
Yeah.
But we should get together and start writing Proverbs then, teaching it to the world.
Maybe like this is a proverb that we created. Probably, yeah. I want to thank you so much for your time today.
It was my pleasure, man.
It's
my utmost pleasure, wallahi. Yeah. Thank you for having me, man.
Yeah,
it was a very enjoyable conversation.
Yeah. And we should do stuff like, I don't know, we should do something together or come back again or something.
Anytime, my man. Anytime. I think we created a lot of controversial stuff that's gonna happen now from this podcast, which is good. We did. It's good.
We did. I don't mind it, to be honest with you.
That's what it's about, right?
But also like it's about doing the right thing sometimes. Yeah.
You gotta speak your mind.
Yeah, agree.
And thank you for having me here. It allows me to speak my mind, and it allows the people who only see me through content actually know who I am as a person.
I'm one of those people, by the way. And I have a friend of mine, he's in Iraq, he'd be so thrilled because we've been exchanging your videos recently.
Say hi, man.
He didn't know. I didn't tell him, but he's gonna be so surprised when he'll see the episode. It's a surprise for him, actually. I'm making as well.
Oh, okay, cool.
He's my very good friend, and when he watches, he's like, "Oh my God, he got this guy, he got Buzz." I was like, "Yes." But yeah, thank you again, man.
No, thank you, man. Thank you really for having me. Thank you for keeping this very nice and easy, man.
Yeah,
and taking it easy on me. You didn't take it easy on me with the امثال at the end. I need a lot more time to work those out. I need more time to do these than to write scripts, bro.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah, they're tough, man.
Yeah.
They're tough,
I didn't say all of them, by the way. Like I still have like
thank
3
God,
or 4.
Thank God, you mercy.
They were so difficult for me.
Mercy.
Like, yeah, even for me, I wouldn't know how to play with them. Thank you, bro.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it.